All right, welcome back, folks, to the Afternoon Deal with Matt McNeil, broadcasting live here from downtown Elgin. 847-931-1410 is the number to call in here. We have a special guest today. If you haven't heard, coming up tomorrow is the Elgin Second Annual Pride Parade and Festival. It's June 1st here in downtown Elgin. I'm very excited about it. We've got a special guest here today, Travis Hooker, board member for the LGBTQ plus Elgin Pride. So we thank you so much for joining in here today. Let me make sure I get your screen up here. There we go. And I'll make sure to also get the website up here as well for people watching on YouTube. How are you today?
I am great. Thanks for having me.
All right, let me make sure I get your mic on. There we go. So this is coming up again. This is the second annual Elgin Pride Parade. And last year, it was a hit.
It was.
There was a lot of people that came in. I think I heard it was like 40,000. Was that right? Or
4,000.
4,000. Okay, yeah. 4,000.
Officially retired. And while I was with Elgin, I started an LGBT outreach program. Youth Outlook was starting their program out here for youth, program that they have at the YWCA. And that kind of grew from there and got introduced to Kayla when they were planning the original Elgin Pride Parade, which when COVID hit, everything was canceled. Mm-hmm. And I just stuck with it and continued to work with people that were in Elgin Pride. They were not their own LLC or 501(c)(3). So as I retired, I was able to take the time to form their LLC and the 501(c)(3). So we're our own standalone entity. And I'm a board member probably because I helped create it, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I'm an advocate for LGBTQ, civil rights, human rights, mm-hmm. And any historically marginalized community. And this being my hometown, it just kind of fit well for me. And so here I am.
Yeah, and here you are. And thank you so much again for joining us here. So again, this is the Pride Parade coming up. It's tomorrow. Now, I know on their the website here, they do have a map. But what I wanted to do first is kind of talk a little bit about what really, I know you kind of talked a little bit about what you're about here too, and things like that as well. Your mission, of course, to create family-friendly, accessible events everyone can attend as well. And you also say that that you do have, is it a program or for? I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's like a support group program, you said?
Well, that's Youth Outlook, which is another not-for-profit. We're Elgin Pride, so we focus on the parade, and then mm-hmm. throughout the year, we have events every month, most of them being small events, such as book clubs or game nights, meet and greets at one of the local haunts down here. Shout out to the Martini Room for always being a great sponsor of ours, and the Hate. Now I lost what the question was.
Oh, I was just, I wasn't as prepared for this. But what I wanted to talk a little bit about is what is going to be featured at this parade.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So last year, I believe we had about 25 entries. We have 52 this year, so we've grown exponentially. The parade route, that's what you had asked about.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We will be the same parade route we were last year. We're kind of limited on where we can be. The city has kind of two pre-approved parade routes. One being north of Kimball and the other one being downtown. And because we have so many businesses down here that support us, we want to make sure we support them mm-hmm. and get people to come downtown Elgin. So we'll start on Riverside Drive and work our way to the north up Riverside to Chicago Street. And then we'll head east on Chicago to Grove, hang a right on Grove. So we're heading back south, and it'll end at Grove, Riverside, Prairie, right into the festival. And the festival will be at Festival Park. So in addition to our 52 parade participants, I believe the number is 64, we have about twice as many vendors. And instead of just half the Festival Park this year, we're going to use the whole park.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have vendors. There'll be live bands. Elgin Poets Laureate is going to be there, and he wrote a poem for the event. We have belly dancers. We're pretty diverse in our diversity. Mm-hmm. The splash pad will be open for the kids. We'll have a kids area with face painting, bag games. And then we also are cognizant of our community members that have autism. Mm-hmm. And so we have a sensory sensitive area specifically set up so we can engage with the community that's maybe has issues with overstimulation with sensory issues. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to bring in as many groups as we can to just say, hey, you're welcome with us, and help support them as they support us.
That's awesome too, because I know that there probably are people out there who maybe might be nervous, or maybe they've never been to a parade before. I actually never have either. So I'm looking forward to, maybe I'll even stop in. I have a little bit of a busy schedule tomorrow, but I know that we're going to be doing a live broadcast here. Our operations manager, Dennis Green, is going to be doing a live broadcast tomorrow. That's going to be from 10 to 12. So definitely come on out. It's going to be a great time. I know that there's also going to be an after party as well. It's going to be at the Martini Room. It's a drag show, right?
That's correct.
Very cool. So that's coming up. That's at 8 p.m. I'm seeing here too. It's the official post-Pride drag show event for Elgin. And like you said before too, Martini Room has been along with you guys, and has hosted a lot of these really cool events as well with the drag shows. As well as some other things as well, too. So, again, the website to go to is elginpride.com. It's elginpride.com. And then, are there any other future plans for things coming up as well?
The 3rd annual Elgin Pride Parade in June of 2025.
There you go.
No, yes.
Yeah.
We are going to ramp up our publishing on our website and our social media accounts about our ongoing monthly events, to include game night. There's a book reading club, just meet and greets, so that the community can stay involved and engaged throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of energy coming into and coming off of June, but the queer community is queer all the other months of the year too. So we want to make sure we're celebrating that, and that we're making sure we're helping connect people with the communities that they live in and work in.
Absolutely. And that's the beautiful thing about also Elgin. Of course, there's lots of other wonderful communities out there as well that are members of here as also here, but especially Elgin, there's a lot of diversity in the community and things like that.
The best way to get a hold of us is through elginpride.com. We have email list on there if you're interested in getting updates or information on our various events. There's a calendar published on there as well with events that we have upcoming. If you're coming out tomorrow, the parade steps off at 11 o'clock, and we will go until 5 p.m. The parade will go one time around, so that, I don't know how long that will take, but last year it took about an hour. Twice as many people, so it might be twice as long. And then the festival downtown, at Festival Park, will have a ton of fun vendors from all over with neat items to look at or purchase. We have some great bands and performers, and all around it's going to be a great time. And it's very family orientated. There's no alcohol involved in this. There's no, some other pride parades, Chicago's Pride Parade gets kind of crazy. Fun if you're an adult, not fun if you're with your children or a child. So this one is family focused.
Well, that's good too. Yeah, so it's very family oriented, so don't feel hesitant to go out with your kids here. It's going to be a very fun event. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. I didn't really have as much prepared question-wise for you, but is there anything else that you wanted to add before we head on out?
No, and come out and see the event, meet the people, help reduce those implicit biases by interacting with people from different backgrounds, and just shake their hand and meet them, and you'll see that we have more in common than we do in differences.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Travis, for joining us today. We're going to take a real quick time out, and then we'll be back with more of the afternoon deal with Matt McNeil here in just a bit. Stay tuned.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart?